9 earthquakes struck, but not one single train derailed. There was not one single major incident reported, and the rail operator of Shinkansen takes its security and its enviable safety record very seriously. March 11th, 2011, the fourth largest earthquake on record hit Japan and tested the resilience of the entire country, including its rail network.
At 1446, the earthquake struck. Because I've never experienced such a strong shake before, I rushed into this control room of the operation headquarters. What I first thought is whether the Shinkansen could safely stop and the passengers would be able to go home unharmed.
At the time of the 9.0 magnitude earthquake, there were 27 Shinkansens in operation. None of the trains derailed, and not one passenger was injured. The technology put to use here in JR East's control centre stopped the trains before the largest tremor hit.
Shinkansen stopped in about 1.5 minutes after a quake. A seismic instrument senses a preliminary tremor and activates the Shinkansen's brakes. By the time a big quake strikes, the Shinkansen will have slowed down to a speed slower than the normal trains running in Tokyo.
It was a defining moment in the Shinkansen's 30-year history that Katsuya Kuwabara says has been built on safety.
The number of technical accidents is virtually zero.
Aboard this high-speed data collection train, Kuwabara and his team aim to keep it that way. It's called the East Eye. Every 10 days it inspects the tracks, communications and electrics of JR East's Shinkansen lines. And it does so while travelling at the speed of a bullet train, more than 200 kilometres an hour. Data is examined in real time on board. If any irregularities are found, they are immediately reported to the control centre. Nothing is left to chance.
It has been passed down over generations, like DNA.
A DNA built on speed and safety.
The Gateway, in association with Russian Railways. Linked to business, linked to life.
For over 170 years, Russian Railways has provided transport solutions to take business further. One of the largest cargo railway companies in the world. Today, Russian Railways hubs and cargo stations provide strategic support through key transit corridors, including the Trans-Siberian Railway, the longest in the world. Tomorrow, Russian Railways will bring Europe and Asia closer together, faster than ever before. Russian Railways, linked to business, linked to life.
Bear in mind, the train's only actually in the station for about 12 minutes. In that time, you have to get the passengers off. You also have to introduce new passengers. So it really only leaves about 7 minutes for the team to do their job. And they affectionately call those 7 minutes the 7-minute miracle. Katsu Sedoguchi has been at this for 6 months. Not a long time, but long enough to know that he's cleaning more than a train. He's looking after a national icon. Most people don't get a chance to ride the Shinkansen, he says. It's a train that diplomats, ambassadors and governors from around the world come to see, and to watch the crews match the speed and efficiency of the Shinkansens they clean. Up to 168 trains a day. I have to do this very quickly, Sedoguchi says, or I can't finish in time. His 7 minutes are up. It's time to leave the cabin. I hardly have a chance to see a passenger's face when they enter the train, Sedoguchi tells me, but I always hope they'll have a comfortable journey. With that, the Shinkansen theatre ends the same way it began. One last bag to the passengers before the crew exits their stage. The rush hour This place would be packed. Oh yeah. It's the commuter traffic that has made Japan's high-speed rail system particularly successful. Multiple rail lines from towns to major cities are seamlessly connected. Shinjuku, Ikebukuro, Tokyo Station. Japan's busiest gateways.
We carry 17 million people every day, which is almost 4 times more than that of New York subway.
All connected by one iconic line.
I think on the Yamanote line, 3,000 people getting on one train. So the high capacity is a very important factor.
During peak hours, trains run every 2 minutes. Keeping each one on time is as much about tradition as it is about technology.
Even in the midst of all this high-tech precision, JR is very reluctant to let go of the more human touch. Take this board, for example. You have the train timetable here. All 320 trains on this line are listed. But in a ritual that's been going for decades, every driver has to physically clock in and clock out.
For a station that was built in 1903 and a line that's been running since 1925, it's a ritual ingrained in every driver and conductor that operates along the Yamanote. Before she even steps foot on the platform, driver Tomomi Hayashi must pass through a series of checks designed to eliminate human error. The smooth operation leads to the reliability of Yamanote Line, Hayashi tells me. Because many people transfer to other transport systems from Yamanote Line, its operation is the centre of the metropolitan transport system, she says. At 12:20, Hayashi's train arrives, exactly on time. She enters the car, ready to take on the famous loop around Tokyo. When I look inside during rush hour, she says, there's a long line of carriages and I see so many people on board. I'm proud that I take them to their destination safely. One tradition not about to change anytime soon.
Okay, so this is it. This is where we're meeting them. Yay!
We get to the finish right on time. With the Shinkansen's average annual delay just 12 seconds, it was a race won from the start.
Hello, Junko, we're here.
Hello. Oh, yes, and you guys arrived.
Yes, we're here. We're at the meeting point.
Junko and team never stood a chance.